Greetings, beloved. I'm Bishop R.G. Mason II, lead pastor of the Impact Church South. And I'd like to take this time to invite you to worship with us in our iChurch worship experience. Many people have been asking the question, what does the I stand for in our church? Well, I stands for Impact. That's who we are. But listen, Impact is not just a word. It's an acronym. It's not just a designation of who we are, but it's a description of what we are. We are innovative ministries productively addressing current times. And one of the ways we're addressing the current times is that we are bringing you prophetic services to minister to you right where you are. We told you many, many times before, when you come to the Impact Church, it's going to be an experience. So listen, I need you to get ready, sit back and wait. God's about to meet you at the very point of your need, and you're about to experience an impact. Well, that's enough of that. I tell you what, let's just go in and worship together. I'm going to go in physically. You're going to come in virtually. Grace and peace.
Jeremiah 31 and 11. For the Lord hath redeemed. In the Hebrew, that word means he has paid the price. He has cut them loose. Jacob, the heel holder, the trickster. The Lord hath redeemed Jacob. Didn't even deserve it, but he did it. And ransomed. The Hebrew, that means to step in as the legal next of kin and get what rightfully belongs to the related person. It ransomed or made his bond or did what only the next of kin is willing to do. Ransom him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. He couldn't win, Tyra. He couldn't win. It was too short to box. He couldn't win. Couldn't win. He ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. Verse 12. Go to verse 12. Go to verse 12. 12. Therefore they shall come and sing in the height of Zion, and shall flow together to the goodness of the Lord, for wheat and for wine and for all and for the young of the flock and the herd. And their souls shall be as a watered garden. They shall not sorrow anymore at all. Giving you, I'm going to pause right there because we're going to go to verse 13, but I wanted to give you a little bit of backdrop or history, if you would, Brother Kelly. Jeremiah is right up there with the major prophets. He's on the roster with Isaiah and Ezekiel, the major prophets. He comes on the scene now about 100 years after Isaiah. God called him. God told him what to say, and he obeyed. But all he got as a result of his obedience, Pauline, was jail time, rejection, being laughed to scorn, made a mockery of. They didn't want to hear anything. They didn't want to hear nothing about no invasions. They didn't want to hear nothing about no rape and no wrath Felicia Ann, they didn't want to hear about no murderous spirit that was coming, or race wars, or pestilence. They didn't want to hear any of that. Well, wouldn't you know that deaf ears did nothing to stop that from coming to pass? Because just like he said, Jerusalem was invaded and it was burned to the ground, Liz. It was burned. Babylon was given clearance to rise up as punishment. Baby, you better know that they lost some stuff. You better know, Ashley, that they lost some people. They lost some stuff. They lost some people. The whole town, Carla Michelle, was burned down. They even took the king. They just ransacked everything. All of them that were not killed was imprisoned. All of them that was not imprisoned was left to starve to death and be eaten up by vultures. And this went on 70 years. O'Neill, 70 years of captivity. That's a long time, Calhoun. 70 years. 70 years is a positive number, but that's a long time. Mother Abner, 70 years, 7, 1, 2, 5, 7, 10, 14, 35, all those are factors of the number 70, but that's a long time. 70 is a whole number. It's a rational number. It's a real number. It's 70, but that, Deacon George, is a long time. Moses appointed 70 elders, but 70 years? That's a long time. That's a long time to suffer. In the text, when we're talking about today, we're talking about the promises of the Lord and how he decided that it was time for you and I and his people. It was time for us to come out of time out. Lord, have mercy. So verse 12 goes on to say that they shall come and they shall sing to the height, which means that they're going to come up from where they are. They're going to the pinnacle of Zion, and it shall flow. Now, in the Hebrew, it means to flow as a conflux of people, a stream of people, which means that people from everywhere is going to participate in the celebration to the goodness of the Lord, because they're going to surmise it to say, ain't nobody like him. That's a shout right there. When you start thinking about what he kept you from and what he delivered you from and brought you out of, that's a shout right there. Ain't nobody like him. Lord, have mercy. I'm going to skip to verse 13 because I'm boring you, but I'm shouting. I'm having a good time. Then shall the virgin, the pure, the unspotted, the separated, the secluded, the one who don't come out until they hear the music and it's time to dance, then the virgin shall rejoice in the dance. The one who's anointed to give birth through adversity shall rejoice in the dance, both young men and old together. He said, for I will turn their mourning into joy. Lord, have mercy. And you thought I was crying and he didn't see them tears. Monica, you thought I was hurting and he wasn't feeling that. Lord, have mercy. I will comfort them and make them rejoice from their sorrow. I am the God of my people, said the Lord. I'm getting ready to do some stuff in you. I'm getting ready to do some stuff for you, Nika. I'm getting ready to do some stuff through you. Yeah, there were times when you thought I was not there, said the Lord, but I was there all the time. I never left you, and you're getting ready to find and feel me again, said the Lord. Yes, Corona tried to scatter you, but I'm getting ready to gather you all. I'm getting ready to bring all my children together, and I'm bringing you home, said the Lord. Get ready, I'm prophesying already. Get ready, said the Lord, because I'm about to spoil you. You about to be treated like the only child. Lord, have mercy. And what intrigued me, DJ, is round about the 22nd verse. When I began to read it, it intrigued me because he made a statement that created a new thing in the earth realm. He said, a woman who compasses a man. Now, that statement is greatly argued and debated, and it is not my debate today, but there is a translation that is suggested, a woman courting a man, much like our Sadie Hawkins Day dance. And so if I am to participate in the dance, and if I invited you to the dance, I have one question. May I have this dance? May I have this dance? Dance with me just a moment. May I have this dance? At first thought, Sadie Hawkins would focus on matching or twinning, if you would, but we decided to use the folk comic strip to invert the order, which is how many of you ended up here today. So thank you for accepting our invitation. We know that there is a resilience in you, and how it is that you were resilient in the midst of ridicule. And so we decided to celebrate you for that. We are acquainted with your tenacity doing the test. Regardless to what is going on, you display strength during the storm. We know you have every reason. We know you have every reason. We know you have every reason to quit. No, you have every reason to throw in the towel and walk away and not do this anymore. And some of you have, but we cannot let you go out like that. We know that this time the bounce back was much harder than before. We get it and we understand, but we refuse, big man, to let you die outside of the promises of God. So I ask you, dance with me. I know this don't look nothing like you envision, Vasquez. I know that the enemy has come in and thwarted your vision. I know you feel better when you leave it alone, but I need you to dance with me. I know you had it all planned out and you messed up and told somebody your vision who had more money than you, Brother Ricky, and more favor and more clout than you, and you poured it out of your spirit, and they are seemingly making it come to pass. I know that the last storm knocked you so far off course, knocked you so far off kilter until you can't see your way back. But may I have this dance? Get up off of the wall, get up off of your seat and dance with me. One of the nails in our community, one of the nails in our party, one of the nails in our ability is the time of dance. It is an envied culture in our community. It is envied because our coordination and our technique it is an encrypted language, and when I dance, I'm saying something without saying anything. It's an encrypted language that the hackers can't seem to crack the code. They have not figured it out yet because it gets stronger whenever it's contained. My dance gets stronger every time it's confronted. My dance gets stronger every time it's criticized. And so dance, when we look at dance, and I'm going to dance today, I promise you, and you're going to dance with me. Dance can be taken literally, or it can be taken figuratively. Literally, it means to engage in the most demonstrative physical expression of praise. It's also known as a Davidic worship. Literally, it means to use the whole body. It requires a total release, Mama Katie. It requires that you enter into complete obedience, because sometimes when your dance comes up on you, Calhoun, you look like a fool. And so it means that you got to be totally focused and surrendered unto God. Figuratively, it's getting things done. Whenever you dance because the act of productivity hovers over you and you are aggressively productive. It means that you making things shake regardless of the opposing circumstances. When I get in the mix, I'm going to make it shake, because I'm going to take the good, I'm going to take the bad, and we're going to figure something out. Figuratively, it means that life is playing the music and all you doing is dancing and you trying to keep the beat. My request today is not rhetorical, but it is a question that's aimed at confronting the stagnant. It's a question that's aimed at confronting the stuck. It's a question that's aimed at confronting the still places in our lives, even though that there are evident resources all around us, and we still get to the place where we don't want to dance. May I have this dance? Is non-rhetorical. It's a non-rhetorical question aimed at activating and jump-starting your life. It's not time to hang up your dancing shoes. I came to confront the quitting in you. I came to confront the giving up in you. I came to confront the tiredness in you. And I ask you one question: may I have this dance? It ain't time for you to quit. I know you got knocked out of the game because you lost the rhythm. You lost the rhythm in your life. It was Hans Hofmann that said this: space expands or contracts in the tensions and functions through which it exists. Space is not a static, inerrant thing. Space is alive. Space is dynamic. Space is imbued with movement expressed by forces and counter forces. Space vibrates and resounds with light and color and form, Julia. Space has a rhythm of life. Notice it or not, life is a rhythm. Notice it or not, life is a rhythm, and this rhythm is a balancing act of our functioning lives. According to Matthew Kelly, it is the activity and the pace that pushes us to be and do in every area of our life. Life is a rhythm, and it develops, it keeps balance between thought and productivity. Life, it is the ebb and the flow in purpose. Life is a rhythm. Life's rhythms are essential. Life's rhythms are necessary for our spiritual, our physical, as well as financial vitality. I'm talking about a rhythm. Somebody get a rhythm with me. Life is a rhythm. Therefore, you cannot go without imagining the detriment. If you don't have rhythm, you're off kilter. Life is a rhythm. No rhythm, no dance. No rhythm, no dance. Life is a rhythm. And when our spiritual rhythm is off, it's hard to sometimes downright impossible to recognize the things of God, recognize the move of God, and understand his ways, because we're off kilter. We can't hear the rhythm. I can't catch the rhythm of the beat. Life is a rhythm. When our physical rhythm is off, we tend to get our days and our nights mixed up, and our bodies tend to follow a restless pattern of inconsistency and non-productivity because we don't have a rhythm. We don't have a rhythm. Somebody say life is a rhythm. When our financial rhythm is off, we end up trapped in a cycle of poverty because we don't have a rhythm. And we end up robbing Peter to pay Paul because we don't have a rhythm. We start thinking stuff like, I can't afford to tithe. Your rhythm is off. And that's why Biden around here signing checks and you still ain't got no money, because your rhythm is off. Life is a rhythm, and life, the vicissitudes of life, swift transitions, has the tendency to negatively impact our rhythms. And anytime our rhythms are impacted, we become paralyzed. And whenever we're paralyzed, we're stagnant and stale. But the rhythm, it keeps working. The rhythm keeps it all together. The rhythm keeps it moving. And it takes the good and the bad. For we know that the good and the bad is going to come. But the rhythm of life is that Hamilton beat mixer. And it mixes it all together. And the next thing you know, you got cake batter. Look at somebody and say, I gotta get my rhythm. I gotta get my rhythm. Can I have this dance? Keep the beat. Even though the notes get difficult, keep the beat. Even though they threaten to repossess it, keep the beat. Even though they gave me a bad report, keep the beat. I gotta get my rhythm. Somebody say rhythm. I gotta have rhythm in my life. One of the pillars of the Black American experience is parties. Lord have mercy. We know how to party. We know, DJ, how to celebrate. We know how to get together. We know how to socialize. Even if we fight, by the end of the evening, we got together. Even if we started, it wasn't our fault to, we were just drinking that slit small liquor. That's all we were doing, but we know how to get together, Kashonda. We know how to pull it all together. Admit it. Y'all all know we party with a purpose, and we know how to party without one. All of the holidays, we getting together. We getting together. Christmas, we getting together. Thanksgiving, Mother White, we getting together. Easter, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, we getting together. Earth Day, Cinco de Mayo. We ain't even Spanish, but we gonna get together and throw a little something on the grill, because that's how we do. We celebrate all birthdays. birthdays all month long. Choo Choo birthday, Nunu, Uncle Nunu, he would have been 88 years old. We celebrating Cashapp birthday, and he 2 years old today. Y'all stop making them little baby Tyler parties, big old outdoor parties where y'all get together. Now it's the baby birthday, 2 years old, and y'all passing beer all over their head. Y'all, but it's because we know how to party. We party, we get together for holidays, we get together for birthdays, we get together for noteworthy days. You know, Chew Main, he gone, and then God, Maryland is getting divorced. God, we gonna have a party. It's just how we do. Nene got baptized, and we gonna get together afterwards. Yeah, bro, you going to the baptism? No, I ain't going to the baptism. But they'll be here. We gonna get together after the baptism over, because Nene getting baptized. It is because we know how to party. It is because there is a dance tower that's on the inside of us that's always birthed through adversity. That's why we party when Ray get out of jail. It's just on the inside of us. There is a dance in you, and you got to get your rhythm back. I got a few minutes left, but I'm going to set the syncopation for the rhythm, and we going to dance our way out of here. I know sometimes you lose your rhythm, but it's in there. It is in there. My daddy always said, he said this, when we come and we didn't have money and we asked daddy for money, and we come and ask daddy for money, daddy, we need money, and then Rev go stand up there, okay, well, I'll give it to her, but I ain't going to give it to you because you a man. And so I go on, take the money, give me the money, daddy, we get the money. And he said something I don't understand. He said, y'all can be just as broke, but if you hear music, you dancing. So what, daddy, you gonna give me that money? So what, daddy, they gonna cut them lights off, and you hear the music, and it's something on the inside of you that's automatically stirred. Well, I'm that kind of person, because I throw a party at any time, because what you ain't gonna do is take my rhythm. My rhythm. God gave me my rhythm, and if it takes the last breath in my body, I'm gonna be giving God glory with Monica, with my rhythm. I'm going to set my own tempo, and I'm going to dance. I know you lost your rhythm, but God said this is the season. I'm giving you your rhythm back. I'm giving you your joy back. That thing that I put on the inside of you was an assignment to change your life and impact nations. And I am giving you your rhythm back, because I don't see enough dancing. I don't see enough dance. And so I'm giving you your rhythm back. And I know, I understand you lost your rhythm and you can't dance, but may I have this dance, because we gonna get our rhythm back. Oh, Pastor Jay, I know rhythm. I got that, and I got that all down pat. What I need is a reason. I need a reason to dance. I hear the music, but what you dancing for? I hear the music, but what you shouting for? I'm going to give you a reason, and we going to shout right on out of here, because verse 12 said, you going to come up and sing to the height of Zion, because you going to flow. You gon' flow. I just hit a gold mine. You gon' flow. You have tapped into a flow. You've tapped into a flow. You done tapped into a steady stream. You've tapped into something that I have firmly fixed, and no devil in hell can move it. No devil devil in hell can shake it. You've tapped into something that I am supporting. You've tapped into something that I've taken on the responsibility to balance out. And one thing I can show you is that I'm giving you a reason at every hand, because it ain't gonna move. I don't care who said no, it ain't gonna move. I don't care. Like a tree planted by the rivers up. Find somebody on your row and say, it will not, it won't be moved. I've caused my people to come into a flow. Somebody say flow. In this season, the last season, you experienced jive, and it was just a trinkle. Provision here and provision there, and you saw the hand of the Lord. But the Spirit of the living God told me to tell somebody, I'm giving you a reason in this season. Somebody say flow. It's gonna flow, 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 flow. Rivers of living water. Somebody, anybody, everybody, give God some glory. He said it's gonna flow, and it's going all together. The goodness of the Lord shall overtake you. I'm sending a jubilee in your life. I'm giving you wheat. I'm giving you wine. I'm giving you all. I'm giving you a young flock. I'm giving you wheat.
Wow, wasn't that an experience? Didn't I tell you? I thought I told you. I should have told you that every time you come to the Impact Church, you're going to experience what we have coined as the 3 R's. Yes, our services are rated R. It's real, it is relevant, and it is raw. Well, listen, beloved, we thank God that you chose to worship with us on today. We look forward to worshiping with you again very soon at the same time, at the same channel, but it won't be the same experience, we promise you. Thank you so much. Grace and peace.
Giving you wine and giving you a young flock. Somebody give him glory. He said, I'm sending a wheat your way. A wheat harvest comes after the beating and the crushing. You've been beat down. You've been bruised. And Andre the Giant thought he had you down for the count. But O'Neal, I remember when I used to watch the wrestling. Junkyard Dog went out as Junkyard Dog, but he came back as Stagger Lee. Somebody give him glory. All I'm trying to tell y'all is the beating and the crushing. It did not kill you, but it catapulted you to another level.